My name is Lucille. I am a mom of a 2-year-old. I have Ehlers Danlos Syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder, and I've been coming to Adapt for about a year. After my baby was born, I was having a lot of pain, and I went to a physical therapist, and it was the physical therapist that figured out that this wasn't just normal birth recovery, that the level of pain and just the whole bodiness of the pain that I was having pointed towards a connective tissue disorder. And so I was able to get that diagnosis and start working closely with my PT. The main things that were troubling me at that time was getting my brain to connect with my core and with my pelvic floor so that those deep stabilizing muscles could all work in sync with each other. A lot of the things that I found online around precautions were things like don't squat, don't lift anything more than 10 pounds, don't lift anything over your head. And like, my baby was born at 9 pounds and he's only gonna get bigger. And I was really, really scared. And at my lowest moments, I had a lot of fear around, like, am I going to get better? Where I feel like I can be the mom that my baby deserves for me to be. I just had this deep intuition that if I just walked into any old gym, any old strength training class, I was immediately gonna hurt myself. There's all sorts of exercises, aimed at young adults, aimed at new moms, that are all about, burning calories and getting your bikini body. And I was like, I don't want any of that. I just want to be able to keep up with my baby and not hurt myself. And I heard about Adapt, and I had no idea that a gym with expertise in helping people who are recovering from injuries transition back into exercise or move towards more ambitious exercise goals. I have no idea that that was a thing, and I was so excited. We talked about my risks of re-injury and made a game plan, starting with small groups so that I would be with just a small group of people and I could have an instructor's eyes on me so that they could catch me if I was moving my joints in any way that wasn't safe. When I signed up for the breakthrough class, the instructor Candace did a really wonderful job of approaching me, meeting me, finding out about my health concerns, finding out about any old injuries, and was very careful to make sure that I was using correct technique, offer modifications where I need it. And so the first few classes went great. I remember there was a class where we'd gotten down on the floor and then we were supposed to get back up again. And I went to do that and my muscles just said no. And I was so embarrassed and I started crying, and just all of those fears that I'd had since my baby was born of am I ever really gonna get better? Am I ever really gonna be strong enough to keep up with my baby as he grows? Started kind of washing over me. And so I'm just laying on the ground crying in the middle of class. And Candace walked by me, and all she said was, "You are doing such a good job of listening to your body right now. Take your time. Whenever you're ready, I'll be right here to help you with modifications for the rest of the class." Got back up, did modified versions of everything for the rest of the class. And when I finished that class, that was kind of the turning moment where I was like, I think this is gonna work. One of the really nice things about Adapt is, even though different teachers might teach each of the different classes depending on what time of day, there's only a handful of teachers in total. And they all talk to each other. They all know me. Overall, healing gradually became more and more linear. And I reached a point of joint stability where I stopped getting hurt so frequently and was able to, make more progress more quickly, which felt really satisfying. I have made a commitment to myself to come 3 times a week forever. That exercise can never be something that drops to the back burner for me. And I'm thinking about the longevity piece of it too. I don't want to just be able to keep up with my child when he's young. I want to 30 years from now be able to get down on the floor and get back up again playing with my hypothetical future grandchildren. I'm training for that kind of longevity, and Adapt is helping me get there.